Hi Scorpio, welcome to your November 2022 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything is going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look what November of 2023 November of 2022 has in store for you. Sorry, I'm a little bit frazzled. Can you tell? Yeah. All right. For your actions and interactions with the world at large, you got the Ten of Pentacles, right? So this is great. A lot of you are very focused on home this month. Very focused on the home, the people that you live there with, the family, the unit, let's say. It also suggests that a lot of you are very focused on your money this month, right? Now, what I will say to you is, try to give yourself a little bit of slack this month. I got this feeling that a lot of you are putting a lot on your own shoulders this month. It's like, this falls to me, this is my responsibility. And it's like almost, I get the feeling that you're giving yourself a hard time over something, and it has something to do with your home or your familial situation. There's nothing that I can say to you to convince you, to do anything else, because Scorpio is Scorpio. You're going to do what you're going to do, right? But I will say, cut yourself some slack. Give yourself a bit of a, yes, this is the money card, and yes, it's home and legacy and all the rest of it, which is lovely. But I really feel like a lot of you are, it's almost like you've got this thing in your mind this month where it's like, I have to show up for other people. I've got to do this. And it's like you're almost like really beating down on yourself with the responsibility stick. Just be good to you, Scorpio. All right, like be good to you as well. For your communications and convos. Oh, I feel all emotional now. For your you've got the Hermit card for your communications and conversations. So there are conversations around the parents, the grandparents, potentially. It does look like for some of you, this may be that you're really thinking about the long term. Okay, when are the parents going to need to move in with me because they're incapacitated? There's something here where you are really thinking very much about the long term. There are a lot of conversations at the moment, and I got to be honest, I'm seeing you stood in the middle of it. Like in my mind's eye, what I see is you, Scorpio, whoever you are. And there's like this tornado that's going around you. And it's like you are the calm center, which is kind of the way that I see Scorpio anyway. But there's a lot here. And it's like in all of the conversations and everything that's being talked about, it's just like you're on your own. I know a lot of the time you guys choose that. This month I don't advise it. All right, you got to find a way to get out of that it's me against the world kind of energy. All right, this is a month where you should not be doing stuff. I know. If you've been with me long enough, I hate that word. I never want to tell anybody what they should be doing. But yeah, I think you this month try to find ways to reach out and to lean on other people as well. All right, for your heart and half, you've got the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so Page of Pentacles with the Hermit. Whatever is happening within the relationship and whatever you are talking about here, it's going to go back to late August, early September, right? So just at the start of Virgo season, what was happening in your family, what was happening in your relationship. The reason I say this is because you're going to be revisiting this again this month. Whatever that theme was, whatever that thread that was running through this whole sort of energy, you will be feeling it again here. You'll be having a lot of very similar conversations in November around money, home, family, the people that you live with, you having to step in or, look after or support somebody. And that Page of Pentacles, I kind of really like this for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, especially with the Hermit card there. I really like this for couples therapy, couples counseling, where it's like, it's not that you're learning about each other. It's just that I kind of feel like there is stuff there in the relationship that needs to be looked at. And it's almost like a lot of you are kind of saying, yeah, you know what, I think I could do this. I think I could go down that route. And I think it's a really great idea to do, all right? So if you're in a partnership, in a relationship, if it's been through a little bit of a rocky period, this would actually be a good time to maybe not do the outward stuff, but to actually turn it inward. Mars retrograde, your ruler in the sign of Gemini, talking. Do some talking therapy, right? Go to couples therapy or counseling with your significant other. If you're in a relationship where everything's fine and you're all good, this might be that you're making plans for the future, especially around either a new home or some kind of movement or change of location. Very possible. It could be like, if it's work on the home, it would probably be remedial work, like stuff that's needed to be done for a while that you maybe didn't have the time or the money or the energy to do at any one time. So this could be conversations around that for you guys. For those of you that are single, look, I mean, if you're open to mingling, it's going to be in really mundane places though, like maybe going to the bank, maybe going to, the grocery store, all of that kind of stuff. There's like a sense here that you're, whoever you're meeting or connecting to this month, if you are, you're doing it in like the most mundane of places. All right. For your money and materials, you have the King of Wands. King of Wands, a fire sign male, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is likely to be of assistance to you. This is also a time where you really are taking command of your resources. So this could be that you are marshalling your resources, marshalling your finances. You're getting really serious about them. But it also feels to me like a lot of you are spending money this month on something that's really fun or really enjoyable. So, and if I had to give you an idea of what that might be, it is a trip or a journey of some sort, but it's like a trip or a journey, let's say, to like a seminar, like we've got webinars nowadays pouring out of our ears. Does anybody do seminars anymore? I don't know, but I absolutely think that they should. So yeah, this could be something like that. Let's have a look at your weeks of the month. Let's see what's going on for you. So for this first week of November, you have the Empress with the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, if you're doing house repairs, remodeling, restructuring, reupholstering, doing all of that stuff, this first week of the month is a great time for you to be doing this. Anything that has that kind of we're redoing it feel around the home, around, especially if it's like stuff that you wanted to replace, but it's like, it's going to be cheaper, more cost effective, and probably more time effective to repair it, right? So, or to, redo it in some way. So I love this. I also really like this for a boost to the finances that comes in unexpectedly. So I'm here for it. I don't know about anybody else, but I am. I mean, I'm not a Scorpio. So then we've got the Tower card, okay, next to the Empress. I really hope I'm wrong. That is the signature for an earthquake. I wouldn't be surprised, especially with what's taking place at this moment in time, with that powerful full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus, hand in hand with Uranus. I'm expecting an earthquake or some kind of, touch wood, I hope I'm wrong, but some kind of natural disaster. Those two together, that's an earthquake, especially with the other stuff that's going on here. Now, for you on a more personal level, you've got the Tower card with the Hermit. Do expect to find yourself suddenly... It's really weird. It's like especially like if you're partnered or if you have a large family, it's almost like you're separated from them very much by not accident, but it's almost like this happens and it happens just kind of its own accord. I'm really intrigued by this because it kind of feels like this second week of the month, I wouldn't be surprised if you find yourself alone on something, which is why when it comes to the mindset, it's really important that even if you find yourself alone, reach out to other people, all right? Can't stress that enough. Then you've got the Sun card. So whatever the Tower is, it's going to be short, sharp. It's going to be relatively localized. I don't see it being a massive problem. It looks like it's, for you, the eclipse may be an event. Yes, they set other things into motion that unpack over 3 to 6 months, and this is a big one for you because it's happening directly opposite you and it's happening in your season at the same time. But I kind of like this, especially with that Page of Pentacles. For those of you that are meeting someone, this could be somebody that it's like their intelligence is what's sexy to you and vice versa. And because you've got it next to the Tower card, remember the Sun card diminishes the challenges that we go through. So whatever's happening with that Tower in the second week of the month, it won't be as bad as it could have been. For your fourth week of the month, you've got the Justice card. So unless you were born under a Mars retrograde, I would not be signing any contracts here, but it does look like some of you are looking at increasing the money, the yield, or the interest that you get from an investment that you already have. This could be a really good time to renegotiate, absolutely. So I'm really intrigued by this because it looks like a lot of you are kind of saying, right, I've given, and now it's time for this thing to give back to me. I wouldn't be surprised as well, though, if a lot of you are doing research around some form of travel that you're planning to do in 2023. And if I had to give you a time sequence on when that travel is likely to be happening, it will probably be around March of 2023. So the full moon lunar eclipse for you is happening in your 7th house, right across the sky from you. This is your partnership, your relationship, your significant other if you have one. That remedial action in terms of, I don't know, I've got this thing about remedial today. It's just like, it just keeps coming out. Shut up, Raph. This with the Page of Pentacles, if you are going to couples counseling, therapy or anything like that, you'll get some really, really great results out of it, especially here in this third week of the month. Now that full moon lunar eclipse, that's a fresh start. So for those of you that are single, I would not be surprised at all if you are I would not be surprised at all if you're getting a new partner, if there's a new relationship that comes in, one that's very unexpected in some regard. I also wouldn't be surprised if you were having, if for those of you that are single, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody just kind of shows up. But yeah, the results that you get from your relationship could be very good. It could also be that a new contract of some sort, because the 7th house is contracts, professional contracts as well, is coming in, but it's almost like you're not sure about it. But there's a part of you that's kind of like, well, you know what, this could be good for me either way. So it's kind of like, it's a gamble, but it's a gamble that you're willing to take. For this, you have the Gate 44 and Scenting. This card is about your intuition. It's also about your instincts for knowing whether something is a good idea or not. And what I will say to you is, I think this is you really utilizing that energy to know that whatever this is, it's going to be something, it will be something that works in your favor in a sense. Now for your new moon on the 23rd, I think it is the 23rd or 24th of November, is happening for you in your 2nd house of finances, money and resources. So there is something new coming in that could be financially very lucrative for you, that potentially comes through a King of Wands, so an Aries, a Leo or a Sagittarius. It could also be, though, that this person is somebody that helps get you further or get you noticed in some way. And for this, you've got the Gate 40 and Solitude. I've got to be honest, Scorpio, I think around this new moon and around this 4th week of the month, you're going to want to hide. And unfortunately, that's not going to be possible. There's going to be a big old astral spotlight for some reason on you, that's shining on you, that solitude card, it basically says that by taking a moment to think, or in our own space and energy, which is something I've advised for a lot of people of 2023, hearing yourself think, resetting yourself in some way, shape or form. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.